The feeling of getting a new car. It's amazing, right? You've worked so hard, saved up your money, and you're finally driving off the lot with that new car smell. Nothing beats it.
But what happens when that dream drive turns into a total nightmare? When your shiny new car starts spending more time at the service center than in your own driveway? Suddenly, that amazing feeling just disappears.
And you know what? If you're feeling this way, you are definitely not alone. Just look at what this person on Reddit went through. The frustration is real and it can feel incredibly isolating, Kana.
But here's the good news. This problem is so common, there's actually a name for these kinds of faulty cars. They're called lemons. And, more importantly, there's a special set of laws designed to protect people just like you.
Okay, so what exactly is a lemon law? Think of it as a safety net for you, the customer. It's a law that says if you buy something, usually a car, and it has a serious defect that the company just can't seem to fix after a few tries, you have rights.
If this has already given you a clearer picture, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. This way, you'll always stay ahead on the biggest issues and your rights as a consumer here in Malaysia.
So, the million-dollar question. Is your car actually a lemon? It's not as simple as just being annoyed with it. There's a specific set of criteria it needs to meet, which we can call the lemon test. Let's break it down.
First things first, the problem has to be serious. We're not talking about a weird rattling sound or a small scratch in the paint. The issue has to be major. It has to mess with the car's basic use, its resale value, or most importantly, its safety.
For example, let's talk about the engine. If your car keeps stalling in the middle of traffic, or it's leaking oil all over your driveway, or that check engine light is basically a permanent decoration, well, those are some pretty big red flags.
And it's not just the engine. It could be major electrical problems, like the car just refusing to start sometimes. Or maybe the transmission is grinding and shuddering. These aren't just little quirks, they point to a car that's fundamentally flawed.
Now, here's a magic number to keep in mind: 4. The law says the manufacturer has a reasonable number of chances to fix the problem. Usually, if they've tried to repair the exact same issue 4 or more times and have failed, their chances are up.
And there's another way to pass the test. It's all about time. If your car has been sitting in the workshop for a total of 30 days or more, that's a whole month, that can also qualify it as a lemon. Because hey, you paid for a car you can actually drive, right?
Okay, so let's say your car is ticking all these boxes. You're pretty sure you've got a lemon. What do you do next? Don't worry, we're going to walk through the action plan step by step to get you from feeling stuck to finding a solution.
Before we go any further, listen very carefully. This is the absolute golden rule. Document everything. I mean everything. Every service receipt, every email, every note you take during a phone call. Your paperwork is your power. It's the proof you need to build your case.
So the process looks something like this. First, gather all those documents we just talked about. Second, you have to formally notify the manufacturer, the main company, not just your local dealer, and do it in writing. Third, you start pushing for a solution. This could be a simple negotiation, or it might move to arbitration where a neutral person steps in to help decide, or even a lawsuit.
Let's look at how this plays out in the real world. This is the timeline from that same Reddit user we saw earlier. Get this, the car had a major error the day after they got it. It took them from late June to early September just to get the buyback approved. The big lesson here? This stuff takes time, so you have to be patient.
So you've done the work, you've been patient, and you've won your claim. Fantastic. But what does that actually mean? What's the payoff at the end of this long road? You basically have two main options.
Okay, so your two choices are a replacement or a buyback. With a replacement, they give you a brand new car that's the same model. The pro, you're back on the road fast. The con, it might not be the exact same spec you had before. Option 2 is a buyback, where they give you your money back. The pro, you're free. You can go buy a totally different car. The con, of course, is you have to start that whole stressful car shopping process from scratch.
So if you go for the buyback, how do they calculate how much money you get? Well, it's pretty straightforward. You'll get back your down payment, all the monthly payments you've made, and your registration fees. Now, they will deduct a small amount for the mileage you put on the car before the problem started. There's a formula for it. But just remember, this is an example, and the exact details can change depending on where you are.
Thanks so much for watching. If you want clarity, not confusion, join the thousands of other Malaysians who are part of this community. Just tap like, hit subscribe, and let's keep making sense of these big issues together. Don't miss out, La.
All right, We've covered a lot of ground, so let's boil it all down. What is the single most important thing to take away from all this? It really comes down to these three things. 1. Know your rights. You have power as a consumer. 2. Document everything. Your paperwork is your best friend. And 3. Don't give up. The system is there to help, but you've got to see it through.
And while knowing your rights is absolutely crucial, it does make you wonder, right? Are these laws really enough? Or should we be asking a bigger question? Are manufacturers doing enough to make sure these lemons never get sold in the first place? Let us know what you think down in the comments.